Hey folks, Monkey2 here. Today we're going to cover a Warspite game that I had on a stream. I had to mute the audio unfortunately because there was a lot of talk back and forth in my division of Celestial. But this is a very interesting game and I thought I'd actually add it into my intermediate guide illustrating the art of the kiting battleship. So yeah, I've actually done this before in a ranked game to a greater extent and actually to a greater influence in the game. And I've done this video and Zarkin has featured this video, so I'll post Zarkin's video on the cards here and I'll link it in the description below once I get around to that. And yeah, the battleship's not the least influential class in the game. It's just as the core concept, as its core, like a battleship is less influential than the other two classes in winning or getting the winning game unless they've got very high RNG and they have success every salvo they fire as a dev strike, which could be the case. Very unlikely, but it could be the case. In general though, the DDs are more influential because they can test caps, they can spot for your team, and they can spot and kill targets as well. Cruisers can effectively damage everything reliably and consistently, as well as get rid of DDs rather effectively. So the battleship is kind of I see anything that's broadside, or I see a couple cruisers that misplay, and yeah, you delete those. But that's really, you're only punishing bad play. That's all you do in the battleship. You really punish bad play and ships that you've just caught in the open, which again it features catching people off guard usually. So better positioning and good play in your part, you can catch people off guard and make them misplay. But the kiting battleship, that's probably one of the best ways to use the battleship as a really influential piece in the game, because let's see, I'm giving broadside to Skype. I'm going to turn away shortly. Yeah, the Warspite can do that. There we go. These salvos are not bad. I'm surprised I didn't Citadel there, but not bad enough. Four penetrations. Well, 2 penetrations, 2 overpens, not bad. But I've got a heap of broadsides here. This is all about the positioning here. I think it's the only battleship on this side. Actually, no, there's a guy 7 kilometers away from me, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. Now they all see me here, and this is pretty bad. Yeah. This tier 5 versus tier 6 battleships, full 16-inch guns above, hurts like a bitch. So let's try and get it away here. Let's angle away. It doesn't matter what tier battleship you are, by the way. You can always angle, and it'll always will help you. Even the Iron Duke, as we saw, I think if anyone was watching Zarkin's stream the other day, the Iron Duke was giving his Nelson a little bit of trouble because an Iron Duke angled is still something that you cannot overmatch. Biotanking, no, but the armor on the side armor of any battleship in the game, almost any battleship in the game, you can actually, if correctly angled, you can pounce almost anything, even a Yamato. So angling is always helpful. Doesn't matter what tier battleship you have, it's always effective. And it will save you the day. Most of that was just penetrations. Only 1 Citadel, I believe. So yeah, not that bad. Pretty rough, but again, British heals can help you out in this regard. But yeah, kiting battleship, back onto the topic here. What you want to be doing is using that tankiness that you have as a battleship, that inherent tankiness, and trying to make the team shoot at you. But I'm not saying that in a way to like, hey, everyone shoot at me, I'll give you broadside. Okay, you're dead. Okay, great. I mean longevity, surviving while dishing out the damage as well. Like this sin up here. You just see a massive salvo. I'm surprised I didn't Citadel, but oh well, I don't really mind at that point. I'm dealing plenty damage, and I was, at least one time in this game, their prime target to hit. You always want to be, okay, the King George is the last target. No, he's effectively out there. Oh no, there's one more battleship over here. Creating the crossfires and like, see, I'm in a crossfire with the other battleship. That's why I'm getting such good salvos on these people, because they're all trying to rush that battleship and he's kiting away. Meanwhile, while that battleship there, the other one to 11.5 kilometers to my left, is keeping them all busy, I've got crossfires on these guys, and our team have captured A and B without much hassle at all. So this guy here is doing exactly what I'm about to do. He is keeping the enemy team busy by having them shoot at him, and he's surviving as long as possible, and he's dishing out some damage as well. That's exactly what you want to do in a battleship. You want to be using your health for a valuable goal here. Because of him, the King George, and me to a part, only one salvo so far, but only me to a part, we've managed to capture A and B because their enemy team have completely focused on that one ship, and they can't seem to kill it, and just like they want to get rid of him. So this is what I'm saying. Like this is all about positioning, making yourself an enticing target, then angling up, doing something like that, being annoying, being someone they want to kill but they just can't seem to do it. And the biggest mistake this guy makes, I'm not sure how good a game he had. I think he had a good game. This thing up here is pushing in. If he just kited away, there we go. I'm actually telling him to get back. If he kited away, he could have maybe even survived. Well, I had the broadsides of everybody. But he's not interested. What he was doing may have been intentional, may have not been intentional, but whether he thought he was doing it or not, he was being incredibly influential to this game. So yeah, he's been keeping everyone busy, really. And he's a thin up, he's naturally very tanky. Unless someone gets his broadside, which I think he will go down shortly. But yeah, this is like a firing squad by the enemy team, and it's really good if it works. But if you don't kill the target fast enough, you can see what happens in the minimap. We've got all 3 objectives here. This is an absolute mop of a game. But look at this, they've got actually more ships than us. They're ahead by 2 ships, is it? Yeah, they're ahead by 2 ships. So it can be pretty rough in terms of the matchmaking. But actually even on points, but we have all the caps, so they've been really kicking in our team's butt by the firing squad position they have. Well, everyone's all focusing on one target. And here we go. This is I've just turned into HIPAA here. This is the Agile Warspite build. Yes. I don't like division play. Hold on. I'm using Tenant here. Tenant, clearly. Oh, there we go. Dodging everything. Yeah, it's pretty good in the Warspite, I must say. The turning is exceptional. There we go. Okay. HIPAA impersonation over. I just turned into a British person. I don't know why. I think Hyper is not British, but I could be wrong. There we go. I've impersonated somebody. How does that feel? Weird. Okay. But yeah, I'm basically turning into an Agile Warspite. I effectively have Tenant on this thing. I don't actually have Tenant. I've got Cunningham like a normal person. But yeah, this is the Warspite's turning is insane. So it's easily able to dodge a lot of these shots. And I'm just dodging or taking minimal damage from all these salvos. These are really nasty salvos, by the way. A Synop hurts, a Nagato, if it hits, it hurts. But Johnny, I mean, he's firing APs. I'm not really that interested in him. But, you know, he still hurts. But Johnny AP's no joke either. Especially to a broadside. You know? But yeah, I'm just turning away, kiting, keeping their enemy team busy. We're actually down on ships, but we're winning on points, and they are coming back down to cap this. I'm just keeping them busy while dishing it as much as I can. This is all about the kiting battleship. You need to be careful, and you could do this, but the worst case scenario for you is they end up ignoring you and they leave you. And look at my position on the map. If they just ignored me, it's going to be difficult for me to get back in a fight. That being said, they're all well within my range. I could just turn back and absolutely murder them with my gunfire. So they really can't ignore me, and my other ships, or 3 other ships, are just having free reign to do whatever they want to do, and they can get into positions that make it really nasty for them, and they could do all sorts of stuff. Meanwhile, I'm just tanking for the team here. There we go. Slisto kills another one because he's had no problems. There's no one really after him. It's just the main force of the enemy team have been going after me, and they don't have much of a choice really, because if they don't go after me, I can punish them because that's what the battleship does. So yeah, just keeping my team busy and just kiting. Like, I've used all my heals this game. I've definitely tanked as much as possible. And again, that card video that I showed before, definitely recommend watching it. And you could see how effective it is, particularly in like a ranked game where it's a little bit more, you have less people, so you have more influence on your game, and you can see what you can do. Because if there was a whole team shooting at me, like the entire enemy team that saw all those people, nine people, I wouldn't last very long. Doesn't matter what ship I'm in. But in standard battles, it's well less effective. But you can kite away. You can do this move with almost any battleship, and it's really effective, as you can see. You can just see the map. The map. If you just watch this from this whole game, just from looking at the minimap, you can see how effective this strategy is. So creating crossfires really for your team, sorry, is ideal, and that's what you want to do. And what after you want to do that is, if the situation calls for it, if the enemy are all death squad lined up like this, where they've all focused hard, very heavily on one side, you can perform a kiting maneuver like how I've done. And look, I'm at the back of the map. Yeah, sure I am. Yeah, but I'm actually being effective. I'm not a reversing Jean Bar. I've been running away. I've been angling. I've used all my heals. I've got 12k health, which is not much for a battleship. And their 2-ship advantage has gone down to 2-ship disadvantage. And it's not because of the damage I did, though I did help out. It's because of the distraction I gave them. They're busy shooting me. Every salvo they shoot at me is a salvo not shot at my team. You know, it really helps out, and they have time to do what they did. As you saw in the game there, I think the destroyer got some nice hits. The Nagato, our battleship must have done something as well. Celestial got a kill and got killed. You know, it's proper Celestial though, but there we go. Yeah, it's I'm saying, like, this is a messy out of position, but I'm actually not. It seems that way, but it's just not the case. So yeah, this is really the strength of a kiting battleship. You can turn the tides if you really have the right team for it. Sometimes they'll ignore you, but if they don't, then you can pull a potential loss into a win, because they could have killed us all before the points made a difference. Despite having 3 capture zones over nothing, we still had barely a points lead, and they were still catching up. So it may not be much of a damage game, but you can see that the value was there. The value was definitely there. I tanked for the whole team. So yeah, hope this helps guys out, and yeah, catch you next time. Bye for now.